Okay, so moving on from section 2, where we just did the basics of our wiki page. We used this on the Arduino, and we saw valid message received. When there was a valid message received on the Arduino, it sent back a message to TouchDesigner, blah blah blah. Watch that section if you want to hear more about it. But we're going to take this one step further. Instead of just sending messages back and forth, we're actually going to control one RGB LED on the Arduino via TouchDesigner. So it's going to be really simple again. I think it's just good to start from basics. You guys can take it wherever you want to go with it. But since we have red, green, and blue variables already, why not use them on an RGB LED? So, in order to set up your diagram, your Arduino, here's the wiring diagram right here. So you got your LED, and you've got your resistors, 220 ohm resistors. The cathode is the long one. That's the one that should go to ground. The lone one is red, green, blue. Make this happen. Put red here in 6. Make sure you put green in 5, and make sure you put blue in 3. Otherwise, it's not going to work because your pins variables aren't going to be the same. Basically, what I did was I took this file open, recent. This is our base, and you should use something like this. I'll put the link to this script in the description, but use something like this first, and just upload this script to your Arduino first, just to make sure that your setup on the Arduino is correct before you start messing with TouchDesigner, because, you know, if you start messing with TouchDesigner, you're not going to know what's wrong. Is it my setup on the Arduino, or is it something I'm doing on TouchDesigner? So just go step by step. First things first, set up your Arduino, then put in a simple script that you know works, and I will give you this script in the description, like I said. And all that this script is going to do, all it's going to do is just, it sets the red value to 255, so it actually just, it's literally just going to, once you upload it, the LED on the Arduino should be red. And you can mess with it. You can put 255 on the green value and the blue value, whichever one, to make sure that it's extra working, or if you just want to play around. So we're going to sort of blend this script with the one we were using before from the wiki, this one. So we're going to blend these two together, and we're going to get this, which will also be in the description. So it's basically the same stuff up here. You're still going to use the same command in TouchDesigner, and what you're going to do from there is you're going to define the pins. Like I said, if for some reason you couldn't put the wires in the same pins as recommended on the diagram, then you just have to change it here. So if blue is plugged into something other than 3, put that number there. And then we still have our setup buffer to read in what's coming from TouchDesigner. And then in our setup, we still set up a serial port with a 9600 baud rate. And then here is where we put in a lot of extra stuff that we can see in the test. But you're setting all these pin modes as output, and then when the Arduino starts, I wanted the LED to be off, so each color is low. And then we come down here, and a lot of it looks the same. The only thing that we're changing here, if we get a correct message, then we are going to output on the LED the values that we sent through on TouchDesigner. Specifically, for the first time, it's going to be like a light blue. This is going to be the color mixture, so it's going to be 12 to red, 34 to green, and 56 to blue. It's really going to look very white. It's going to be like mostly blue. If you understand how color mixing works, it's going to look a lot like if you had everything on 255. But anyway, that's what we're doing here. So we're going to write to the red pin, the red value, then we're going to write to the blue pin, the blue value, and then we're going to write to the green pin, the green value. And then if it doesn't work, then on TouchDesigner we will not hear it, we will see it. It'll say parsing error rejected. And then we'll reset our buffer, and yeah, that'll be that. So then we got this. Here's your diagram again. We're gonna get out of that, and I will get rid of this so that we can do it again from scratch. So basically, we're gonna do, we need our serial DAT. Do the same thing. We're gonna set it up in column 3. Our warning is gone now, and then we're gonna double click again. We're gonna get our text DAT out, like everything like we did in the last one. We're going to go into viewer mode, excuse me, and we're going to come here, we're going to copy and paste this in, copy. Oh right, you can't paste. I'm going to write it in. It's better to practice anyway. So we're going to choose the serial 1 DAT, and we're going to send through that port these 3 things. The terminator for return. Ba-boom. I'm actually going to just record this now on my camera so you can see. But okay, so now I'm going to press run script. I'm going to right click, press run script here. And what we should see, if everything is kosher, is yay, this light turned on. And it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's really bright, but basically, if I were to change this to 0 and run the script again, change it a little bit. It's hard to see because these numbers are so low, but if I were to go like this and then turn this up to 150, it would get even more blue. Yeah, you can kind of see. But to get obvious about it, we can change it to green by just doing 255 in the green bit. Boom, green. See that? We've got this here, and we've got this here. It's a beautiful thing, okay? So that's it. It's working. We've basically, all we've done is with one line of code, one line of Python code in TouchDesigner, we're controlling an RGB LED on the Arduino. Yeah, so that's it. I'll be back with more. I want to make this more, I want to keep going on this. I just taught this to myself a few days ago, but I want to keep going on this. I want to maybe make something very simple but fun, and I will show you that as well. I'll try and bring you with me. Okay? So, yeah, thanks.